afternoon about nth derivative of a function. Now, pag may nth derivative, ang other term ana class, no, ang lahi nga term ana is the higher order derivative. Nganong gitawag man natog higher order derivative or the nth derivative of a function? So based from our discussion last meeting, since this is a continuation, pag may continuation, this topic is connected from the previous lesson, which is about derivative of a function or limit definition of derivative. So kana continuation lang siya. So when we say derivative, it refers or it describes the rate of change of an object at a given moment. So, since nagisgot man ta tong mga triangle bitaw katong triangle bitaw nga rate of change, sa physics, that is rate of change, or it describes the rate of change of an object at a given or at a specific time. So we can determine how fast, accordingly, we can determine how fast an object or how slow an object moving at a given instant using derivative. Okay, ma-determine na nato kung unsa ka paspason mo dagan ni Mikaela or unsa ka hinay ba mo bakta si Akasil, using the rate of change, the derivative. Okay. So, sa application ani class, sa realidad, there sa reality, pag maghisgot og derivative, rate of change, mura ra daw kuno na diri sa atong palibot class, Sa panahon karon, nagmahal daw ang atong mga presyo sa gasolina, sa gas, sa gasolina and sa krudo. So for example, kana tungod kay na mga other circumstances na conflict na nasa tong palibot, unexpected, dili nato pod siya malikyan ay naa naman pero nahitabo. Okay, so ang presyo before inani ka barato, karon ang presyo inani ka mahal. Sunod na pod mo barato mo mahal mo barato, meaning it is the application of derivative, the rate of change of an object, the rate of change or the change of the prices at a given time. Okay? So, before, barato pa ang bugas, karon nag-anam og kamahal. Meaning, from time to time, it keeps on changing. That is derivative. So, karon may befriend ra mo, sunod mahal at char lang mahal. Okay, inana ang atong derivative. So, I hope na gets nato about the idea, the application of derivatives, the rate of change of an object at a specific time. Okay, so in physics, we can connect this topic in physics, especially kung mag-physics na mo by next school year. So the displacement of an object can be described as a function accordingly. Now, before we proceed, let me ask you, what is displacement? Anyone? What is displacement? So, again, pwede daw nato siya i-relate into physics. The displacement of an object can be described as a function. So the derivative of displacement or the change of displacement will become velocity. But what is displacement? Anyone? Class? Anyone? What is displacement? Hello? Hello? Madungog ko?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. What is displacement? Jules Russell. Ngayon na si Jules na dinadayan ko tingog. Sige, Jules Russell, what is displacement? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Castle? Ano man ang displacement?
Pag change of position, sir.
Okay, pag change of position. Okay. So, meaning, pag may kag-displacement, moving of something from one place to another. Pag change of position. So gikan diri sa sa front row mo change ka into another position to the other places. That is displacement. Now, from displacement in physics, we can change this one, or we can have the change of displacement into velocity. Okay. So lahi na pod velocity na pod daw ko no. Now, ang velocity is given by v is equal to d of s over d of t, where v is the velocity, s is displacement or speed, then ang t is ang time. So that is from displacement change to velocity, and from velocity we can derive this one, we can have this one, no, the change of velocity into acceleration. Okay? From velocity to acceleration. Now, what is acceleration? So, acceleration is given by A is equal to d of v over d of t, where A is acceleration and v is velocity and t is the time. So, as you can observe, class, from displacement, no, from displacement, change into velocity, change into acceleration, and so on. So, meaning, from one idea, from one function change to another function, change to another function, mura siya og cellphone. No, ang cellphone before class, grabe ka bugat, grabe ka na ay antenna. No, from time to time, no, as time changes, nabago siya, no? Nahimog keypad pero arang bugata, nahimo na pong keypad nga ninipis, nag-keypad na pud siya ni gamay, ni taas, no? Sunod na pud nahimo na siya karong touchscreen, nahimong smartphone. And that is the evolution of cellphone. So kanang evolution sa cellphone is an example of derivative. Okay? Another example is ang computer. Before, computer, a machine is arang bugata. No? Pila pa kakabaw ang magbunlot or isa kay pag-track or unsa pa diha ano? Inana kadagko ang computer before. But look at the computer now. Pwede na to dalhon. Pwede na bitbiton. Pwede isod sa bag. No? That is the evolution of a computer. And that is one of the example of derivative as time keeps on changing. Okay? So, anhita karon sa atong lesson, no? This concept shows the importance of determining the derivative of derivatives since it allows us to understand more about rate of change. Okay? So, nagay mga pagbag-o class. Kung kanang feelings nimo karon, sunod ana pwede pa na motro. Char. Okay, that is the changes, no? Rate of change of an object at a specific time. Okay, so proceed ta, no? So, how do you determine the nth derivative? So, unsaon man nato pag-determine ang nth derivative? So, previously, ang atong determine is only the f prime of x or the first derivative of a function. No, ang function karon class na daw kuno kay f of x. Pwede nato siya i-denote as f of x. Now, si f of x, if it is differentiable, pwede na nato siya kuhaan og derivative. So, mahimo na siya f prime of x. Sunod, if this function is differentiable, pwede nato na siya kuhaan na pog f double prime of x. As long as that the function is differentiable, we keep on changing. No? As long as nga pwede pa, mo proceed ta na og kuha og derivative. Basta kabaluta on how to apply the rules on differentiation. So anhita karon sa atong okay. So we have if a function f is differentiable, its derivative, no, the first derivative is denoted as f prime of x. Or ang pagbasa ni is the first derivative of the function or f prime of x. No, example class. Na example number 1, 3% na lang akong cellphone. So, example number 1, we have function, no? Na kay function is equal to 2x raised to the power of 8. What is the derivative or what is the first derivative of the function? Sige, answer class. Wait sa magkuha sa charger. Okay, sige class. What is the derivative of the given function?
Pero pinakauna, sir? Ano, sir? 16x raised to the power of 7.
Okay, that is 16x raised to the power of 7. So, using the idea, no, using the knowledge that we had previous lesson, pwede na nato sa kuha ang derivative using since this is monomial, no? Pag may kag monomial, one of the type of polynomial which consists of one term or single term. So, monomial 2x raised to the power of 8. Kuhaan daw nato na sa derivative using constant multiple theorem or power theorem. So we have notation f prime of x is equal to gawas it 2 times 8x raised to the power of 8 minus 1. Next, we have f prime of x is equal to 2 times 8, this is 16, x raised to the power of 7. And this is now the first derivative of the function. Next, ingon niya diri a class, if the function is still differentiable, pwede nato kuhaan og derivative. So from the first derivative, we can derive another function. Ug ang tawag nato ana class, no, as long as that the function is differentiable, now pwede pa nato siya i-proceed. So the term that we are going to have is second derivative or f double prime of x. No? Na ganiha isa ka kudlit karon duha ka kudlit or the second derivative of the function or f double prime of x. Okay, so we have, no? So masolve nato siya gikan aning first derivative si 16 igawas x raised to the power of 7. Okay. Next, we have f double prime of x is equal to 16 times 7, ibaba, x raised to the power of 7 minus 1. So right after anak class, we have f double prime of x is equal to 16 times 7. This is 100.
19,
100. Ha? Pila?
7.
7 times 6 times 7, that's 42. 1. So 7 plus 4, this is 11. So 112 x raised to the power of 7 minus 1 is 6. So therefore, ang second derivative nato class is na kay 112x raised to the power of 6. Nasundan, nganong inani atong second derivative, again,
Yes, sir.
as long as that the function is differentiable, pwede ta mo keep on moving. Okay, next. What is the third derivative? What is the third derivative class? Okay. So since, no, sige daw class, what is your other derivative after this one?
Same process, sir.
Same process.
Tulo na yung ano, sir.
Oh, that is pila result. Okay. So sir, ingon mo sir, no? Ang ingon mo sir, as long as the function is differentiable, pwede na to i-proceed, i-move. So as you can observe, gikan diri as 1 karon 2. Sunod kay differentiable pa man gyapon 3 na siya. So f triple prime of x ang pagbasa ana or the third derivative, no? The third derivative of the function, no? Third derivative or mabasa nato siya as the f triple prime of x. Okay, so same process, na kay 12. So igawa si 12, gawa si 112 times ang x raised to the power of 6 minus 6, x raised to the power of 6 minus 1. Then, simplify. Pila man na siya class?
672, sir.
Okay, that is
672.
600. F triple prime of x is equal to 672. X raised to the power of 6 minus 1 is 5. So, pwede dahil kaayo na to i-proceed pa. No, kanay pwede paghapon. Still,
Yes, sir.
the function is differentiable. So gikan aning monomial, pwede day ta mokuha og fifth, no? Pwede day ta mokuha og 50th derivative. Pwede day ta mokuha og 20th derivative, no? Pwede nato kuhaon daghan kaayo as long as that this function is differentiable. Now observe, from 2x raised to 8, the original equation, from 2 ang numerical coefficient, niabot og 672. No? Mas nidako siya. But observe the exponent of the variable. Exponent sa x na to is 8. Now, pag abot diri ano, as the function keeps on higher and higher, the exponent keeps on sa man, naggamay. No? Ni gamay siya hantod nga p mo zero na siya. And that is the derivative of the function. No, the nth derivative of the function. So that is the other term of the nth derivative is higher order derivative. Nasabtan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next, no, the process can be continued, no, sa atong gimension. So the process of finding derivative can be continued indefinitely until the nth derivative if the resulting function is differentiable. As long as nga ma-differentiate or makuha pa natong derivative, still keep on moving. Next, the nth derivative of f where n is an integer greater than 1. No, kaniya, ning superscript niya. So the derivative of n minus 1, no, derivative of the function is considered to be the order. Again, order. Kani ang superscript anto diri munay order, no? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, or hantod ikapila pa na siya. That is considered to be the order of the function. Next, so ang atong formula previous lesson is kania, no? Especially katong ni-determine ta using the three-step rules. So kani ang atong gigamit where n, no, where the limit of the function x plus h minus f of x as over h as h approaches to 0, where n, no, is equal to 1. How about if ang n is more than 1, no? Greater than 1. So ang atong buhaton is higher order derivative. So anita class, no, before ta mo proceed sa examples, anita sa notations. No, morning mga symbol nga atong magamit. So sometimes pag wala tay na, no, para tong giingon sa isa nakaka-student nga di daw siya kasabot sa kong lesson, so mag-YouTube siya. No, kay di man ko niya masabtan. So usahay ang atong ano nato, ang symbol nato nga magamit, no, naatay dy over dx. Okay, dy over dx, pwede po ta mo gamit og f, pwede po ta mo gamit og y. So kaning dy over dx ang tawag nato ana pag makakita nata, automatically that is Leibniz notation. Kay si Leibniz is a mathematician nga naay contribution sa calculus. Muna in honor, no, with Leibniz, mo na yung gitawag siya Leibniz notation. So karon ang atong f na f prime, f double prime, f triple prime, pag kani atong gigamit, this is a function notation. Again, i-differentiate nato kung dy over dx, that's Leibniz notation. Ang f prime, f, no, f double prime, triple prime, and so on, that is a function notation. So we have first derivative. So first derivative for function notation, that's f prime. While Leibniz notation, mo nang dy over dx. Second derivative, ang atong function is f double prime. Unya ang Leibniz notation, that is d squared y over dx to the power of 2. Okay. Ang third derivative, that's f triple prime. Unya ang atong Leibniz notation, d cube y over dx cube. So mo nay kalainan niya. Again, pag f, that's function notation. Pag dy over dx, that's Leibniz notation. So pag ikaupat na class, no, pag fourth derivative karon, ang gigamit class dili na kudlit kundi number na. No, 1, first, second, third katong napay mga inani. Ana, no, na mga inana. So that is referring to the first, second, and third. Now, if more than 3 na ang gigamit niya is number. So muna karon na kay f or fourth derivative. No, tanawa ang function using the function notation mo ng f to the power of 4 or the fourth derivative of the function. Now, using Leibniz notation na kay d to the power of 4 y over dx to the power of 4. Now, karon kung more than na gid ang atong number, no, to the nth power na gyud, no, moabot nag million, moabot nag 50, 60 and so on nga derivative. Ang atong gamit na karon is nth derivative or f to the power of n, where n is integer greater than 1. No? Namo nang nakay Leibniz notation nga d to the power of n y over dx raised to the power of n. Muni kalainan sa atong notation sa atong nth derivative of a function. Now, anhita karon plus sa atong example. So, if a function is differentiated continuously, will we always end up with f to the power of n equal to 0? Why do you say so? Yes. Not all, but as long as no na may time nga ang atong function is dili pag limit does not exist or dili siya mo ano no. Pero if ano siya continuously mo result yun siya in ani. Okay. So, anita sa example number 1. Example number 1, determine the third derivative of the function 5x raised to the power of 5 plus x cubed. Sige daw. I will give you 5 minutes to answer this given problem. Okay? Pangitaon daw na to, determine the third derivative.
Ingon sa imo, sir?
Okay, sige daw. What is the first derivative? Unsay mong answer, Kasil? First derivative?
Ano, sir? 25x raised to the power of 4 plus 3x squared. And then, second, sir?
Okay, sige. Second?
100x x cubed plus 6x.
Okay.
Third one, sir?
Sige.
300x squared plus B. Kailan to gaina? Ko answer 6.
Okay, sige. Ato i-check, no? If pareha ba og answer ang tanan. Wait, sa i-search na akong trigonometric identities. Kaya muna itong discussion doon. Oh. Okay. Sige. So, anhita class sa atong pinakauna natong buhaton class, no? Given the function f of x equal to 5x raised to 5 plus x cubed. So, ang atong unang buhaton anak class is atong i-determine what type of polynomial. So, na may duha ka term. So, sa tawag pag duha ka term ang polynomial?
Binomial.
That is binomial, no? Bi meaning two terms. Okay. So first, before nato makuha ang third derivative, we must get the first and second. So to find the first, so we have f prime, no? Hindi naman mo aging pentel pen. So we have f prime of x is equal to si 5 kay constant, pwede na nato siya gamitan og constant multiple theorem. So kaning duha sum. Kunya kaning each term pwede nato gamitan og power theorem and gitawag nato nga constant multiple theorem. Okay, so let us proceed sa atong next nga process. So based on the given rules, si 5 kay igawas nato times x to the power of 5. Derivative sa x raised to 5, that is 5 x raised to 5 minus 1. Okay? Plus si x cube. So ang rules nato ana, ibaba si 3x raised to the power of 3 minus 1. Always remember, pag derivative, minus 1 ta ana. Next, to summarize, f prime of x is equal to 5 times 5, this is 25, no? X raised to 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4. Plus, na kay 3, x raised to the power of 3 minus 1 is 2. And this is now the first derivative of the function. Next, sir, dili man ang first atong ipangita, ang ikatulo. So we have, proceed ta sa ikaduha. So f double prime of x is equal to, sa 25, atong igawas, that is 25, times x raised to 4. Si 4, ibaba, x raised to 4 minus 1. Okay. Next, plus 3, ibaba, igawas. Kunya, x squared. Si 2, ibaba, x raised to the power of 2 minus 1. Then, simplify. So, naadayon kay f double prime of x is equal to 25 times 4 is 100. X raised to 4 minus 1 is 3. Plus, 3 times 2 is 6. X raised to the power of 2 minus 1 or x raised to 1 or that is just x. Mao na dayon ang atong second derivative. Okay, next ang atong third derivative. So how are we going to find the third derivative of the function? No, ang third derivative pareha ra og pamaagi. Ang ato lang gamiton this time is ang notation f triple prime of the function x. So we have f triple prime of x is equal to, so si 100 igawas, that's 100 times x to the power of 3, this is 3 x raised to 3 minus 1. Next, we have plus 6x. So plus, this is 6. Yeah, derivative of x is 1. Ano man, that is x raised to 0 man na. So any number that raised to 0 is always equal to 1. Mo nang 6 times 1. Now, to simplify, we have f triple prime, mga puryagaba ba ni Pistil Pen? Okay, na kay f triple prime of x is equal to 100 times 3, this is 300, x raised to 3 minus 1 is 2, plus 6 times 1 is positive 6. And this is now the third derivative of the function. Okay, so thank you, no? You are correct. Okay, pangutana? Question? Pangutana? May mga katanungan. Wa? Sino may
Alaw,
mga... Okay, sino may mga kahungaan diha? Okay, sige. Pangutana class, kay basig makaingon na pud mo. Wa na pud mo kasabot sa akong discussion. Okay, no? Kay
Wala,
basig
sir.
mo balik ta ni sugod. Okay, padayon ta. So, next, determine the fourth derivative. So, gani ha, ang ipangita nato is third, karon ang ikaupat. Kinsa siya. Okay, find the derivative or the fourth derivative of the function f of x equal to 5x raised to 8 minus 3x raised to 5 plus 2x. I will give you 5 minutes.
Sir? Karon,
So,
sir?
sige, lahi ang mag-answer sa first derivative, sa second derivative o sa third derivative. So, sige, magpa-game ta ni next week. Magpa-game ta ni. So, mag-form mo grupo, for example, 5 gyapon ka grupo. Now karon paunhanay. Kada sendan ako og equation ang first tao. Now karon si first tao mag-solve sa first derivative. Isend na po niya sa PICAS, kuhaon niya ang second derivative, sunod kuhaon na po niya kana siya. Unya dapat mura sa message relay bitaw.
Lingaw na, sir ba?
Human sa
Kana, sir.
human sa time, nagana kog time, unya karon paunhanay kung kinsay una mo maka, no? Ang una makatingog mo tay makakuha sa atong points. Okay? So by next week mag-game ta and ana. So paunhanay ta kinsay una maka hatag sa correct answer, same equation. So ana siya. So after the kaninga time, send na dayon mo sa inyong answer. So kinsa tayo makakuha og answer, mo tayo makakuha sa points nato. Okay, sige kana atong buhaton next week para mag-study ang tanan, no? Kasi mo yung may katuon sa imong, no? Okay, sige. Answer. After this one, proceed ka sa sine, cosine.
Answer lang yung 5x raised to the power of 8, sir.
Yes, oo.
Pangpila na prime ang kuhaon, sir?
Ang fourth derivative nasa share screen. Determine the fourth derivative.